what is marriage doing for a person? What is it providing for you? It doesn't have to provide your friendship. It doesn't have to provide your hobbies. It doesn't have to provide your recreation, etc. What is it there to do for you?
That's a very good question. And I think that's part of the question about your values. What are your values? What's interesting? What's important to you? That's number one. The second thing is marriage used to be about loyalty. Two people who are loyal together, sticking together, having a family together, and creating a life with each other, life partners. It used to be based on loyalty. I am hoping that it's still based on loyalty today. But loyalty isn't the only thing. We've gone beyond loyalty today. We've gone to love and affection, wanting to feel cared for, wanting to feel important, wanting to feel special. I am the person who's special to the other person. The other person is special to me. This is what you find out when you go dating. Do I feel special? Do I feel good going out with this person? Does this person make me feel okay when I'm with them? And do I respect them? Can I like this person? Also, vulnerability is a very important thing. Vulnerability is allowing yourself to be honest and to be open and to grow with this other person. Do you feel safe with that person? Can you feel safe with them? Can they feel safe with you? I think is also a very important thing. And of course, if it's a traditional marriage, a traditional family, you want to raise children. Is this person going to be a good parent with me? Are we going to be able to make that happen? Do I respect them? It's a life partner. And a life partner is somebody you're going to come home to. You're going to feel safe, comfortable coming to this person. You're going to be safe growing together, taking influence from that person taking influence from you, and making space for each other.
Can you elaborate on what you mean by taking influence from each other?
Yeah, I think that a lot of people expect that they're going to find the person who's going to fit them perfectly, and so they don't have to make any change.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Exactly. I think the reality is, if you think you're not going to have to change your partner and you're going to find the perfect partner, and you found the perfect partner and you don't have to change, either you're dreaming or somebody's lying. That's not the case. I think the reality is we change. We take influence from each other. I'm willing to listen to what's important to the other person and make space for it. It may be something I never thought of in the past. When my wife says to me she wants to go to the mall with me, it's not something I'm interested in doing. By the way, it's not what my wife wants. But let's say,
I was just going to say, did she already know that, or is she finding that out now?
There you go. So, but the reality is, that's an example, or if my wife is interested in something I was never interested in, look, she's making space for me. She's learning about my life. She's learning about the things which are valuable to me. And in return, I do the same thing for her. I make space for these things in my world to be able to let her in and to be able to show my respect for her.
Right.
And so then in the beginning, it seems foreign to me. I have to practice, I have to learn. How do I make space for these things which to my spouse are important? Whether it's history, or whether it's hiking, or whether it's dancing, or whether it's something else. These things may not interest me at all, but I like this person and I respect this person. So I am going to do my best over time to open myself up to some of these things so I can share her life with me. She is going to open herself up to try and make space for those things in her life so that she can share my life with her. She's going to find out more about them. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't work. But if it doesn't, we'll make it work anyway. And we'll look for other people to do those specific things with them.
Okay, so you use the word, your choice of words, which is to take influence, right? That we could take influence from them, they can take influence from us. When you say take influence, I'm sort of getting the message that beyond just making space for the things that are important for each other, to me it feels like it's indicating also hearing, let's say, with an intent to evolve and to change and to really take what they're saying on board and being influenced by each other. Would you say that's right?
Yes. I think that when people date, they can sometimes become enamored with the other person, and they can lose a sense of what's valuable, forget what's valuable to them by becoming so attracted and so excited about somebody else. And what might happen is they forget what are their core values, believing that I love this person, it's going to be okay. And the truth of the matter is, it's not necessarily okay. Person needs to know their own values, needs to know what they are, needs to feel that there is some space made for those values. And it can also be the other way around, which is often you've got one partner who's very assertive about themselves, maybe even forceful without even recognizing it. But it's important for them to learn that we all need to take influence from our spouses in certain areas, need to recognize that influence is important, being open to other people's ideas. And this is hard because as single people, we structure and create and develop our lives around ourselves.
If you haven't yet, click on the subscribe button, then click on the notification bell to see future videos. And please, again, share the link wherever you share things on social media, Facebook, wherever it is, WhatsApp groups, WhatsApp status, to help this message reach more people. This has been the Bites of Judaism podcast. This podcast has been made possible by Mr. and Mrs. David and Malki Smetana. If you found it valuable, please leave a 5-star rating and a review. It really does help it reach more people. And tell your friends about it. If you haven't yet, you can subscribe on all the major podcast platforms at rabbiglick.link/podcast. To dedicate a future episode of the podcast, send an email to podcast@rabbiglick.com. See you next time.